Grace and peace, everybody. We're back. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. You know that what we're going to be doing is we're going to do a real quick investigation into how do we parse apart some of these rumors that have been coming up and swirling up around TPUSA, Erika, Kirk, Charlie, and the such like that. I found a content creator who was doing allegedly a deep dive into Erika Kirk's academic achievements as well as her last name. Really weird discussion. I didn't realize that people have been theorizing that her last name isn't her last name, that she was married before she was married to Charlie. Very odd. And I want to bring this up because one of the problems I'm seeing is that people, well-meaning people, are being duped and hoodwinked into following basically unbiblical practices. And because they're just wanting some kind of fresh meat, they want something to tantalize their taste buds and their desire for rumors and speculation and so on and so forth. And to me, I think this one is just a dare I say, like a classic example. A classic example. This woman made no attempts to verify what she's talking about. And her video is doing really well, man. And it's embarrassing to watch. So what I wanted to do today was very quickly, I wasn't going to be long, but I wanted to just take a second and show you, first of all, scripturally where I'm coming from. So if you wonder like where Jason is, where is he coming from? This is what is guiding my understanding. This is why I don't chase after everything Candace says. This is why I'm asking us to verify before you go out and put it out there on the web. So real quick, I'm gonna look at 1 Timothy. Shout out to Timothy. And shout out to everybody who jumped in. I know this was kind of impromptu, kind of a little early, if you will. This is a young lady we're going to be looking at a little bit later. All right, looking at some good old Timothy. 1 Timothy chapter 4. If you put these things before the brothers, you will be a good servant of Christ Jesus, being trained in the words of the faith and of the good doctrine that you have followed. Have nothing to do with irreverent, silly myths. Rather, train yourselves in godliness. Now, where are we going with that, Jason? I'm glad you asked. Let's keep this going. This is 2 Timothy chapter 4. We're really going to focus on verse 7, but I'm going to start at really the whole thing. But I'm going to start at verse 6. Let me start at verse 6. Let me see. Wait, I apologize for that. Oh, I apologize. We're actually in verse 1. Please forgive me. I charge you in the presence of God and of Christ Jesus, who is a judge, the living and the dead, and by his appearing and his kingdom. Preach the word. Be ready in season and out of season. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with complete patience and teaching. For the time is coming. Here we go. There's verse 3. I apologize. For the time is coming when people will not endure sound teaching, but having itching ears, they will accumulate for themselves teachers to suit their own passions. They will turn away from listening to the truth and wander off into myths. As for you, always be sober-minded, endure suffering, do the work of an evangelist, fulfill your mission. All right, and then we got Titus chapter 3. And I'm going to finish this up, and then we're going to look at this verse, and I want you to see why it is that this passage of what this young lady's doing is just egregious. Remind them to be submissive to rulers and authorities and be obedient and ready for every good work, to speak evil of no one, to avoid quarreling, to be gentle, to show perfect courtesy toward all people. For we ourselves were once foolish, disobedient, led astray, slaves to various passions and pleasures, passing our days in malice and envy, hated by others and hating one another. But when goodness and loving kindness of God, our Savior, appeared, he saved us, not because of works done by righteousness, but according to his own mercy, by the washing and regeneration and renewal of the Holy Spirit, whom he poured out on us richly through Christ Jesus our Savior, so that being justified by his grace, we might become heirs and according to the hope of eternal life. The saying is trustworthy, and I want you to insist on these things so that those who have believed in God may be careful to devote themselves to good works. And I really wanted us to kind of see that we're called not to do the things that this young lady is about to do. And it's egregious. And we see this all the time. I really want to make the case that we should turn away from this. We don't want to enjoy this. We don't want to take this in or anything of this nature. This young lady is going to, she's going to bring up a post, and let me make sure I got the post ready. She's going to bring up a post that proposes that Erika Kirk was married. I'm sorry. She's going to bring up the rumor that Erika Kirk was married before she was married to Charlie Kirk. Now, there is no evidence to this. And I'm going to show you what this young lady could have done before she brought this video in front of everybody. So let's bring up the video. And actually, she brings up two really interesting points. So let's bring this in.
Is a persistent rumor on the internet that Erika Kirk was married before dating Charlie. And for the record, no one has been able to substantiate this rumor, but Erika has spent quite a lot of time overseas, and so it is a mystery. Did she marry?
If there's no substantiation, then why bring it up? There's no way to corroborate it. There's no way. So why bring it up if you can't substantiate it? Why not do the due diligence of substantiating it before you bring it up? Because now you've put out the rumor and there's no way of putting it out. There's no way of putting out the fire that you started. If you can't substantiate it, why do it? Watch this.
And so it is a mystery. Did she marry someone in another country? I can't say either way, but I did come across this article. This article is from a website called Riddler, and the article was published June 22nd, 2025. So
I'm going to stop right here because I have the article as well. I brought it up, and this doesn't take hard work. This is not a yeoman's job to do what I'm going to show you that you can do just to see if this makes sense. Like it's not hard to do at all. And so let's let her tease it out first.
A few months before Charlie's passing, and the article claims to be written by Cielos Angrio, but I couldn't find anyone online who goes by that name. Now,
so that should be okay. I gotta stop. Let me bring this in. I'm gonna bring in the article so y'all can see it. Okay, here's the article right here. Charlie Kirk wife, Erika Franzette Morel, a story of faith, family, and influence. Okay, most of us are scratching our head like, where did they get the Morel from? So this woman wants me to believe that Erika Kirk was hiding her marriage, but she hyphenated or added her former husband's last name to her last name? That doesn't make sense. Like this makes no sense. So I did what most people do. You just jump over to Chat GPT, right? And I asked, let me make it bigger so we can see it. And this is all this young lady had to do. This is what I'm saying. Like when you give yourself to chasing after slanderous rumors and myths and old wives' tales, this is what you end up doing. So I just asked Chat GPT, why is the author saying that Erika Kirk's last name is Morel? And I gave him the link to it. And it says, short answer, Morel isn't her real last name. The article you linked is almost certainly mixing up or inventing a name, likely due to sloppy sourcing or AI-generated content. So when she said she can't find verifiable proof, this is why, because it's not true. So you're putting out, this content creator is putting out something that she can't verify, that more than likely is just an outright lie. Erika's actual last name. Her last name is Erika Lane Frizzell, and then her married last name is Erika Kirk. Where did Morel likely come from? There's a few possibilities. AI content, hallucinations. The site you linked, Riddler.com, appears to be a content farm style biography page. These often use animated writing tools to occasionally insert incorrect names. Now, this is going to be very important because in a moment, I'm going to ask it about the author. So pay attention to this. I'll read it again. The site you linked, Riddler.com, appears to be content farm style biography page. These often use writing tools that occasionally insert incorrect names. That's why, and spoiler alert, that's why you can't find the author anywhere, because it's a made-up person. It's AI. Confusion with another person. Some low-quality biography pages pull data from other profiles and accidentally merge them. And then a simple typo, fabricated maiden last name. There's no reason to believe with this woman. And again, and so what I did was I jumped down here and I said, is there any other news outlet that's using this last name? And it said, I searched for the biography and no, I cannot find another legitimate news outlet or biography using this surname of Morel or Morel with double R or with double L for Erika Kirk. All right. So this woman could have done this. It took me all of 45 seconds to type this in. Now I'm gonna go down here and show you what it told me about the author. And I cut and pasted the name. I said, can you tell me more about this author? I'm sorry, can you tell me if this author is legit? And it said, based on what is available publicly, this author does not appear to be a legitimate or verifiable journalist. Here's what I found. The name only appears on one type of site, and that's this site that we're on, Riddler.com. Now, examples of articles attributed to this author are celebrity spouse pages, entertainment bios, and who's the wife of blank content or type content. But this is what I think is interesting. Part 2. No independent footprint. There is no evidence of this person existing as a journalist anywhere. I cannot find a LinkedIn profile, an X profile, other publications, interviews, citations, or journalism. The person doesn't exist. So this young lady, in order to come up with something new about Erika Kirk, brought up an article that's clearly AI generated, written by AI, a false, phony, or fake journalist author wrote it, and she's putting out there, and she's literally saying with her chest, I can't verify this information. Well, man, why are you putting it up? Why are you posturing it if you can't verify it? And again, this is what happens when you're clamoring and scraping and clawing to get out there and put something out there to stir up the pot, to be the first one to talk about Erika Kirk was married before she was married to Charlie. Erika Kirk got a bad spelling grade in 3rd grade, whatever. It's gross. I want to finish this up because she is given over to this foolishness. Watch what she does later on about the last name.
Article pulls publicly available data. It has Erika's date of birth as November 20th, 1988. That's the date where she tells people, who knows if it's true. It lists her education, and what is listed in the article lines up with what she has shared on her LinkedIn. This article has accurate information about her.
Oh, this is funny too. I apologize. I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. I forgot. This page also, let me bring it back in, drop you, bring it in. Okay. It's funny because they use Morel here, right? It's nowhere else in the article. They don't bring it up. They bring it right here. And they bring it in her name, but they don't corroborate it. They don't say, where did we get this name from? And I just do Control F and spell Morel, Murrell. It's written in the conclusion here, but it doesn't say that where did we got this name from. It's written in the title, it's written in the metadata, and then in the very opening sentence. There's nowhere else that they use it. So when they say here, they're using her real name, Charlie Kirk, and his wife Erika Frizee. I apologize. They're using it there. They don't use Morel anywhere else. Nowhere else in the article do they use it, except there, which I think is very sloppy for this young lady to do that. She knows good and well that this doesn't corroborate her point. But bring it back in, Jason.
So, for the life of me, I couldn't understand why it has her last name as Francois Morel.
That's why you don't do this.
Just haven't been able to figure out where that last name came from. There was one connection that I did make, and it could be a huge coincidence.
Listen to what she does here. This is some gross malpractice. Like, you want to be right so bad. Look at what she's about to do.
I'm aware it could be reaching, but I still want to tell you guys this because it is a crazy coincidence. Think back to September. Charlie Kirk passed on Wednesday, September 10th, 2025, and after 33 hours, they found the person who did it. And people have pointed out that it wasn't actually 33 hours, but they made sure that all of the headlines had 33. And this was, of course, suspicious because the number 33 is relevant to the Freemasons. So numerology has been a thing in this whole case.
So now we're bringing in numerology, which again is a practice that Christians don't practice. And I don't know any Catholics that truly practice this. So who's practicing this? Okay, let her go.
Just keep that in mind. And you may also remember that Sunday, September 13th, so a few days later, despite there still being an ongoing investigation, the spot where Charlie Kirk was sitting when he was hit, that exact spot had been paved over. Everyone rightfully raised an eyebrow over this because number one, why pave over it at all? Number two, why pave over it so soon? And number three, why do it on a Sunday? This happened in a very Mormon area in Utah. It was unusual for a company to be doing this type of work on a Sunday, especially in a Mormon town. So all of this raised suspicion, and
So the only people, this is embarrassing to watch. Like, man, for real. So the only people so only Mormons live in a very Mormon town, right? Okay. So I guess they don't sell alcohol there, right? In this very Mormon town. They don't sell anything that wouldn't subscribe to the Mormon religion or belief system, right? This is such a reach, it's embarrassing to watch.
Company who did the work is a company called Hardscape Utah, and the man who owns the company is named Daniel Morell. Now, his last name is spelled with an E, and the Riddler article has Morell with a U, so it's not exactly the same, but it is a very interesting coincidence.
Yeah, she really did do that. She really did try to make, oh, well, because the company worked on a Sunday, they were working on behalf of Erika because Erika tapped her ex-husband that she was married to before she married to Charlie in order to pave over where Charlie had been killed because they didn't want. That's literally, I mean, this is how you know you've been given over to pure unadulterated foolishness. Like, make that make sense. But wait, hold on. It's actually going to get more and more ridiculous.
Especially because I just can't figure out where the name Morell came from anyways. And I spoke to a friend about this, and she took the article, and she took the title of the article, and she put it through a gematria calculator. For those of you who are not familiar, in Jewish tradition, gematria is often used to find hidden meanings within text, especially in the Talmud. These meanings are typically derived from significant numbers in Judaism or from the equivalence of one word to another. Now, I'll be honest with you, numerology is not something that I'm into. I usually just dismiss stuff like this, but my friend.
Well, why bring it up? Why bring it up? If you dismiss it and you don't think there's any veracity to it, why are you bringing it up now? I don't bring up concepts that I totally dismiss out of hand. I don't do that. Why are you bringing it up? This is some crazy work.
Used the website geomatrix.com. She copied the title of the article and inserted it into the decoder, and the top result said this: Mark King, ignoring fact he is living with a woman who Cabal hired to kill him.
Excuse me.
This freaked me out. Like I said, I'm not into numerology. I'm not big on this esoterical stuff, but this creeped me out. What do you guys think? And let me know if you guys are able to find her. And the top result said this:
Mark King, ignoring fact he is living with a woman who Cabal hired to delete him. Okay. She actually put this out there as like verifiable information.
Mark King, ignoring fact he is living with a woman who Cabal hired to kill him.
Excuse me.
This freaked me out. Like I said, I'm not into numerology. I'm not big on this esoterical stuff, but this creeped me out. What do you guys think? And let me know if you guys are able to find out where that article got the name Morell from.
They just made it up. It's basically an AI hallucination because there's no evidence that she was ever married to anybody named Morell. There's no evidence that she was married before she was married to Charlie. But even more than that, why not take the time to actually verify before you bring it up? This is some Candace behavior. This is some epic Candace behavior where you bring up something that you have not verified. You cannot verify. I just had this idea. What if Erika Kirk was married before? Okay, let me just bring it in and posture. Oh, I found an article that added Morell to her last name. There we go. We're off to the races. But you can't verify any of that. If you can't verify, why bring it up? And that's the part I really wanted to discuss today. I just want to bring this in real quick. I was not going to be long. I just wanted to show you, like, this is what happens when you're so hungry You're so desirous for some kind of new drop the T, some new little tidbit morsel of gossip that you literally will just make up foolishness. I mean, just outright foolishness. I don't know what this calculator is, but it sounds like outright foolishness too. But I'm not into numerology, but I'm going to give you some numerology right here. That's crazy work. That's crazy work, y'all. And it's embarrassing because I'm like, you all want to drag this woman so bad. You want to drag Erika Kirk so bad that you will resort to this type of behavior in order to drag her, in order to be right, in order to make her look bad, in order to make TPUSA look like some scandal-ridden mafioso. That's crazy, man. I don't even know how these people feel good about that behavior. When you can't even verify what you're talking about, but you bring up and you posture something that you can't even verify. Like this article right here, you can't verify it, but you bring it up. That's crazy work, man. That is outright dirty work. And it's embarrassing to watch because I mean, this young lady has a lot of views on that video, a lot of views on that, man. It's crazy. But what you're talking about is complete unadulterated foolishness. Like, there's no proof of this last name being right. So why would you assume it? Well, fine. Her last name is Whitaker. I could probably write an article for this page and say, hey, I know that Erika's last name was Whitaker. And then we go from there. Like, this is wild, man. And it's embarrassing to watch people. And I just wanted to do that real quick. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. Thank y'all so much for jumping in. I just wanted to talk about this because it's so gross to watch. And like, man, what in the world have we come to? Like, we can't agree to disagree. We can't disagree with people. We now have to bring up just outright, again, it's just like foolishness. It's not even real. It's not even a real discussion. We're bringing up a calculator that calculates numbers based upon words, and then it spit out something that happens to coincide with what you want to believe. That's crazy work, y'all. It's just out of work. It's just out of control. But I just like, man, it's embarrassing to watch this. And thank y'all so much for jumping in. I appreciate y'all. Man, every last one of y'all who jumped in, is about 300 of y'all. Man, shout out to y'all, man. What's going on? Texas mom in the building. Good to see you. This is absolutely sad. And I agree with you. I think and the bad thing is, some reason or other, Candace is getting away with it, but there's a lot of other content creators. I don't know if they're going to get away with it like Candace. There's something else going on with Candace. I don't know what that is. But the fact that other people are co-signing her foolishness, it's going to have to be studied by science. There we go. Edie Lowe in the building. How are you, love? Yeah, I mean, scripture teaches us not to do this. And by the way, in the description, I left the article. I think I left the Riddler article, so you can go check it out yourself. The young lady's YouTube channel, as well as those scriptures, so you can see like what she's doing violates scripture wholesale. Now, I don't know if the woman professes to be a Christian. Shout out to her. If she doesn't profess to be a Christian, that doesn't mean that we don't violate scripture, though. And we don't do that. We don't just make up stories out of whole cloth just because they fit a narrative that we want to purport. That just doesn't make sense. And shout out to y'all. What do you say this? And why bring up Erika living abroad? Just because I live abroad doesn't mean that I've been married. See, that's what I'm saying. The chicken lady, like, what is the purpose of even bringing that up? But most of the time, that's what happens. So shout out to y'all. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, she's definitely nuttier than that. I think at this point, she probably is interfering with the investigation. I don't know. I don't understand how Candace is still running footloose and fancy free and not getting any kind of retribution. I mean, they gave her a cease and desist, and it seemed like that just activated her. I mean, I don't understand. Yeah, the article looks like a troll article. Let me pull it back up real quick. It looks like a troll article. There's no way I would have ran with this and brought this to y'all without at least trying to find a secondary source. I mean, all I did was just cut and paste this person's name in there. And this is the only place that this person's name is found. No LinkedIn profile, nowhere else. Nobody else is citing this person. And it's been present since June 22nd of last year. So almost 9 months. And nobody has commented on it. Like, there's not even the comments. I look at it. Why are there no comments? They have comments turned off or something? Yeah, they don't even have comments turned on. Let me see. They don't even have comments turned on. So comments are turned off on this. Shout out to Joe Rogan. All right. Yeah, I like, why bring this up if you can't verify it? If you can't verify it, why would you bring this up? Absolutely. Deception is running free. These people are not even trying to be deceived. They want to be deceived. My sister looked up her name. Make this bigger. Sorry about that. My sister looked up her name on one of these sites. It was hilarious, disturbing, real information mixed with things that had never heard of, places she had never visited, names that she had never used. Yeah, that's what this looks like. Thank you so much for that, Carla. Thank you so much. Yes, please make sure you hit the like button. Please hit the like. Candace and the rest of her demons, of those demons, are utterly disgusting. Candace has started a cult, and the Lord will pay them back. I have heard that other lady, and she is a clone of Candace. Bless you. Yeah, she definitely follows along the Candace train. No question, no doubt there for sure. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. Oh yeah, we had to add that that Masonic foolishness. Now notice that young lady did that video yesterday. Candace started the whole shenanigans about the Masons deleted Charlie Kirk on Monday. So notice, I just think that's very appropriate. Yeah, I've heard a lot of numerology. Now, numerology, I've heard lots of that around it, from the side, Charlie Kirk's height to the dimensions of the courtyard to the caliber of the bullet. So I've heard all of that. Milk Bar had a video out showing Candace is now selling merch saying Daddy's home and Shabbat Shalom, is mocking Charlie. Yeah, it's mocking Charlie and it's mocking Erika and her children. But let me also point out something. Brandon Tatum is the distributor of her merch. So Brandon Tatum's company is shipping out that merch for Candace. So as Candace is mocking Charlie and Erika and the children, Brandon Tatum is tacitly in agreement with that because his company is the one that produces and ships out her merchandise. So let that one settle in. Next time he says that he's called out Candace and he loves Erika and he supports Turning Point. Well, why are you putting out merch like this? That makes no sense. Well, also, shout out about the paving of the courtyard. That was already in the mix. That was already scheduled to be done. It wasn't like they did it automatically because they wanted to do away with the memory of Charlie Kirk. They had already determined that they were going to do that. That was already in the mix. If Charlie Kirk had not died, it still would have happened. It was already in the mix to happen. Now, maybe they could have slowed it down. Maybe we could have did that. Maybe the investigation was complete and they didn't need to do any more research there or any more investigating there. Everything was done, but it was already in the mix to get done. Numerology is just make it fit stuff, like horoscopes. Ignores everything that disproves it and makes every leap to make it a point. You're very right. Shout out. Yeah, now the Jews showed up. The Jews are in the chat for sure. They're like, how are they catching strays? She's beautiful, but have a low IQ. Red penalty card. Y'all are wild, man. Y'all are wild. Why bring it up? That's my question. If you can't verify it, why are you bringing this up? Why are you making this a point? Shout out to Asmongold. I already did a video on Asmongold. That video was hilarious. We need more of Asmongold doing mockeries of Candace. That was excellent. I just did the video. I recorded it this morning. I'll probably have it available this afternoon. But shout out to Asmon for sure. Oh, this is interesting. Smith and Smith are totally the same family. Right. But even in that, like, you have no evidence that Erika was ever married. So why are we worrying about Merle and Merle? Like, where are we bringing this up if you have no proof of this? You're just saying it. There's nowhere else that corroborates what you're saying. Not a third source or anything. Well, if you're using these, then you probably need you need 8 sources if you're going to just use some um, celebrity blogs, but still. Years ago, I was in a Christian debate forum. There were some Christians who used numerology with stuff, with some stuff, and it was weird. Yeah, we're not supposed to. We're not called to do that. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'm just kind of surprised, like, how far Candace's people have gone to be salacious and slanderous. It is kind of interesting. Like, wow, y'all really are wilding out. Y'all wilding out in 4K. I think so. I do believe, you know what? I'm almost 100%, was that tired, tired of this. I think you're right. I believe you're right on the money. You know what? I'm gonna go on a limb. I believe you're right. That is a young lady. You're correct. You are correct. Shout out for sure. Good catch. Next thing you know, gonna be reading tea leaves. They might as well. Well, what's stopping you from using the Ouija board? Like, what's stopping you from doing tarot cards? At this point, Candace's show has become the TikTok psychic. If you follow that TikTok psychic case, the similarities between her and Candace are uncanny. I mean, she might as well just go ahead and be the YouTube tarot card reader. She might as well. There's nothing. What would stop her? If you're a supporter of Candace. Oh, by the way, y'all make sure y'all got your seats up in the front of the church. Cantifa is always welcome in the front of the church. If you're a supporter of Candace, what is your rationale for her not using tarot cards? What is your argumentation that she would not use tarot cards? She's got third eye. She's astral projecting. She's following dreams and visions. Why would she not use tarot cards? I believe Candace has talked about numerology. So why would she not? I would love to hear, why would she not use those? Y'all are wild. So don't get, this is foolish gossip. It's just outright gossip. And it's embarrassing to watch. Thank you, Edie. What's up? Yeah, I just wanted to jump on. I was not intending to go live, but I said, I got to talk about this because I saw this video and it's gross. I'm like, man, what have we come to now? That we are now, I mean, you might as well. Oh, by the way, Candace has consulted mediums before. So we know that she's okay with witchcraft and mediums. We know that. Yeah, like at what point, where is the floor? Where's the floor of this investigation? And it's not an investigation at this point. We all know that. It's just a muckrake. Shout out to everybody who jumped in. I was not planning on I was literally just wanting to rap about this and get this off my chest because it's such a gross, like, this is not behavior that we should be practicing in. Just outright muckraking. Like, I can't verify this, but this article says that her last name is Morel. Isn't that interesting? Well, maybe it's interesting that you should go do the research before you bring it up. Maybe you should do the investigation and find out for sure, because this site looks as shady as today is Thursday. So maybe you should do a little bit of investigation before you come over here on the Lord's internet sharing this. And I got the article down in the chat. I'm sorry, the article's down in the description of this. You want to go check it out for yourself. Maybe do some more research. Maybe you can find the author. Yeah, and both of these articles, and nobody else is talking about it. So to me, I think probably even some of the muckrakers were like, yeah, we probably don't need to go here because this article has been there. It's not like it's just popped up. Oh, no question there. I totally believe that Candace has been given to a reprobate mind. I totally believe that. Watching what we saw, and by the way, let me ask y'all real quick. Let me ask y'all while we're here. Shout out to the 300 and so that are in the chat. Shout out. So I was thinking today, I said, we haven't been doing Candace content for better than 2 weeks, almost 2.5 weeks. I kind of cut off. I didn't want to do that Bride of Charlie thing, was just gross. And I haven't come back to it. And I'm not mad about it. So I was thinking today, I said, we'll go pop in and check out the video, see what foolishness she's talking about. And then we got the whole weekend to kind of detox from that. So in the chat, I'm gonna drop a poll question. I just want to know, do y'all want to do that today? I'll do it. I haven't seen, I don't even know what she's talking about. I heard she's talking about Masons and the Iran war, but I really truly don't know what she's talking about. So I wanted to see, do y'all want, and we can do a watch party. We haven't done a watch party in a while. Let me, I'll put a poll up in here real quick. This is going to be real quick because I got to type this fast. Watch party. Yeah, it's real simple. It is not a very profound poll by any means or measures. And I put it on both chats. Hold on one second. I just said watch party, yes or no. And I'm perfectly fine. If y'all say no, I'm perfectly fine, man. We can just do a thankful Thursday. We might do tomorrow I'm doing body cam. So all right, there we go. I just dropped it in the chat. Y'all tell me what y'all think. If y'all want to. I mean, it's perfectly fine if we don't. Trust me, I am not mad about it. Okay, so that was what I wanted to hear what y'all thought about that. Okay. Oh man, y'all are abusing me, man. Oh, 80% of y'all. Come on, man. Have I not been good to y'all? Come on, people. 80%? Y'all are harsh on your boy. Shout out. What'd you say, Chicken Mom? Thank you for the 5. I appreciate you and your biblical knowledge. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the support. All right, thank you so much. All right. Oh man, look, Phantom. They got you against the ropes, man. Oh, 85%, bro. They are like, oh, they're butchering your boy. They're butchering your guy. Oh my gosh. Why did Candace not have a question about Erika when Charlie was alive? Well, that's very simple. I believe, Everett, that's a great question. I believe that Candace has always been chomping at the bit to do this. She hated Charlie Kirk, she hated Erika Kirk, and she hated TPUSA. And she's been waiting for an opportunity. Now, once Charlie Kirk's body hit the ground, I do think that the demonic ideas in her mind really went into overdrive. But I do believe that she hated Charlie Kirk. And then she said, oh my goodness, I could do this. I could jump into this position. I could say that I'm his best friend. I knew him in and out. I could do that because that's the exact same thing she did when she transitioned from being a quote unquote leftist to supporting conservative values and ideas. She jumped in and really checked a lot of boxes simultaneously. And so she's doing the exact same thing here. So that being the case, the reason she didn't, I don't think she really had materialized what she wanted to do. She just knew that she hated Charlie, she hated Erika, she hated TPUSA. And once Charlie Kirk died, that's when all these ideas came to her head. That's my opinion on it. All right. I'll check out Josh Carr as well. I've watched him from afar. I need to check out what he's doing, like a deep dive, but yes. Lots of good commentary in the chat. I do appreciate y'all. Yeah, there we go. See, Candace is at vengeance mode. TPUSA, PragerU, Daily Wire, Trump, the woman is scorned, right? Yeah, they can wait years, man. They can wait years. And I think you're right on the button there. I think, can we discuss how people are exposing her more? What I'd like to do with that, and maybe next week we'll start doing that. Maybe we'll start looking at people, how about this one? Because I've been doing, fun deep dives into Charlie's Q&As. I do think those are very beneficial. And I will keep doing those. But maybe we'll start highlighting some people. I would love to look at Culture Proof. Now they did I think it's like 4 hours worth of content. I don't want to take up all 4 hours of it, but I would love to bring in, of course, I got Tamara Neely is going to be coming on the show eventually. We just have to nail down some times. So we got some people I would love to have come on to talk about their projects related to it. So maybe we can get Josh on here. That would be fun if that works for you. I would love to look at again. One, I want to focus on one of the things I want to do is I don't want to make this channel about things that I'm against, right? I don't want to highlight, well, we know what Jason's against, we know what he's against, but I really want y'all to see what I'm for. So I'm for good debate. I'm for logical back and forth conversations between people who disagree. I want that. So that's why I'm bringing up the Charlie Kirk Q&As, the Charlie Kirk prove me wrongs and stuff like that. So maybe it would be a good idea to also bring in some of the people that are doing those deep dives, if you will, and see how that would work out. So we'll see. Yeah. So yeah, I think I've been in communication with Tamara. Y'all know Culture Proof was on Monday. That was an excellent interview. I loved having them. I would love having them back on will be a blessing. Either way, we can talk about Candace and all that stuff. We can talk about something else. They were a great guest. So definitely looking forward to that. Yeah, so maybe that'll be it. Now, today, and thankfully today's Thursday. I don't think she does shows on Friday. So I probably will do the watch party this afternoon. And we'll just come back, we'll just do it old school style, make fun of it, laugh, all that kind of good jazz, and such like that. Let me know. Edie, you know where to find me. You're welcome. You know you're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. And maybe I'm glad y'all like the Charlie Kirk videos. Yes, that's what I wanted to do. I want to do that kind of stuff. Yes. Yeah. So you know what? Oh, what we could do is just do reactions to those videos. So, Josh Carr, he's doing a 3-part. I think Tamara did 2-part, and she's discussing the third, and Culture Proof's done a third. Maybe we'll start unpacking those. No, I'm not ignoring you, Kaylee. I'm sorry. Okay, real quick. Let me, Kaylee, sweet Kaylee. I love Kaylee. I don't want her to think I'm ignoring her. I'll be honest with you. I don't like discussing Freemasonry. You also don't see me talking about sororities and fraternities either. I don't like secret organizations personally. Jason doesn't. I'm not a member of a secret organization. I don't subscribe to secret organizations. I know lots of people that are involved in them. I don't like them. And I don't enjoy them. So I didn't know what you were telling me right here about Bronson. I didn't know that, but I don't like them. So I'm trying not to be, but I'm not gonna, I see a lot of problems with them. That's why I'm having like this consternation about even talking about it now. So I don't want to come across, I understand people's relationships with them. So I just keep those at arm's length. That's why I generally don't bring them up, because I'm not a fan of them. I have a lot more problems than I would solve. And I don't think that, so that's why. So I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you. I saw you over there. I was just going to blame it and say I didn't have my glasses on. That's what I was going to do. So I hope that's, and again, and let me also bring this up. Let me bring the last part up. Whether I like or believe or support Freemasonry, you are not going to convince me on this here Lord's Day that Freemasons were the ones that deleted Charlie Kirk. That's just not going to happen. Whether I like Freemasons or not, whether I think they're a good organization or not, is irrelevant. So I'm not going to argue with you about them, because there's no reason to argue about it. They're not involved in the equation. Candace, somebody done gave her a tip and she done ran with it like a retard, like she is. And therein is the problem. So I'm not even going to, that's another reason why I'm like, I'm not gonna throw shade at Mormon beekeepers either, because we pretty much know who it is. And that person is on trial. All this other stuff is just salacious foolishness, really. So I think by giving her credence, by looking into Freemasons or looking into Egyptian planes, all that stuff, you're giving her validation when in fact she deserves none. She deserves mockery. Candace Owens deserves derision. She deserves to be laughed at. She deserves to be made fun of. But As much as you can make fun of her, make more fun of her. Multiply that to the 10th power. She doesn't deserve to be treated like this is a real journalist or like this is a real case. She needs to be mocked, laughed at, just made fun of. That's why. That's yet another reason why I don't think that I'm not going to sit there and drag Masons, whether I believe in Masonry or not. That's another argument. They're not a part of this discussion. No. And the whole, what was it? They sacrificed Charlie Kirk for the war or whatever. Like, ma'am, you sound ridiculous. Why are we even looking? I mean, you sound like a crackhead at the bus stop. I had somebody mad at me because I said, Candace sounds like a crackhead at the bus stop. Candace sounds like a crackhead at the bus stop. Get mad. Get over it, my dude. She sounds crazy. And the fact that you won't say that, that's not an indictment on me. That's not an indictment on me that I'm laughing at her. It's an indictment on you that you, with the good sense that God gave you, that you could rub two brain cells together and you cannot see that this woman is making a fool out of you. Okay. Okay. Got you, my dude. There you go. I do believe this. I do believe I'm laughing at the people. So we should laugh at her. In solidarity, we should laugh at Candace. I don't know why people are taking her serious. Like, for real though, in all honesty though. What? Right. Who's ever read this article? Like, who reads this? This is some crazy work, man. And again, like, make fun of her. She deserves to be made fun of. She deserves nothing but derision. Nothing but derision. I mean, unadulterated derision in 4K. That's it. It's crackhead logic. Yeah, I had somebody make me feel bad because I said she sounds like a crackhead. I wasn't saying that she is herself a crackhead. I said she sounds like a crackhead. But if that's what it takes for you to go ahead and laugh at her, then do what you do. Do what you do. You go down there to the bus station in your town, go down there to the Central Park, and look at those people that are wandering around talking to pigeons. That's what Candace looks like. That's what Candace sounds like. My name is Jason, jwitt at jwitt.com. Oh, so shout out to Elizabeth. You're just jumping in. So I was reading this. Here, I'll play the video again. It's a content creator that's throwing out the idea that Erika Kirk was married before she married Charlie Kirk. It's embarrassing. I'm going to be honest with you. It's embarrassing because there's so many problems with her argument. So let me just bring it in. I'm going to just play it. I'm not going to stop a lot this time because I just want y'all to hear it. And then the article that she's referring to is called The Riddler, which should already give you an indicator of how this is going, but let's bring it in.
Is a persistent rumor on the internet that Erika Kirk was married before dating Charlie. And for the record, no one has been able to substantiate this rumor, but Erika has spent quite a lot of time overseas, and so it is a mystery. Did she marry someone in another country? I can't say either way, but I did come across this article. This article is from a website called Riddler, and the article was published June 22nd, 2025, so a few months before Charlie's passing. And the article claims to be written by Cielos Angrio, but I couldn't find anyone online who goes by that name. Now, the article pulls publicly available data. It has Erika's date of birth as November 20th, 1988. That's the date of birth she tells people. Who knows if it's true? It lists her education, and what is listed in the article lines up with what she has shared on her LinkedIn. This article has accurate information about her. So, for the life of me, I couldn't understand why it has her last name as Francois Morel. I just haven't been able to figure out where that last name came from. There was one connection that I did make, and it could be a huge coincidence. I'm aware it could be reaching, but I still want to tell you guys this because it is a crazy coincidence. Think back to September. Charlie Kirk passed on Wednesday, September 10th, 2025, and after 33 hours, they found the person who did it. And people have pointed out that it wasn't actually 33 hours, but they made sure that all of the headlines had 33. And this was, of course, suspicious because the number 33 is relevant to the Freemasons. So numerology has been a thing in this whole case. So just keep that in mind. And you may also remember that Sunday, September 13th, so a few days later, despite there still being an ongoing investigation, the spot where Charlie Kirk was sitting when he was hit, that exact spot had been paved over. Everyone rightfully raised an eyebrow over this because number one, why pave over it at all? Number two, why pave over it so soon? And number three, why do it on a Sunday? This happened in a very Mormon area in Utah. It was unusual for a company to be doing this type of work on a Sunday, especially in a Mormon town. So all of this raised suspicion, and the company who did the work is a company called Hardscape Utah, and the man who owns the company is named Daniel Morell. Now, his last name is spelled with an E, and the Riddler article has Morell with a U, so it's not exactly the same. But it is a very interesting coincidence, especially because I just can't figure out where the name Morell came from anyways. And I spoke to a friend about this, and she took the article, and she took the title of the article, and she put it through a gematria calculator. For those of you who are not familiar, in Jewish tradition, gematria is often used to find hidden meanings within text, especially in the Talmud. These meanings are typically derived from significant numbers in Judaism or from the equivalence of one word to another. Now, I'll be honest with you, numerology is not something that I'm into. I usually just dismiss stuff like this, but my friend used the website geomatrix.com. She copied the title of the article and inserted it into the decoder, and the top result said this: Mark King, ignoring fact he is living with a woman who Cabal hired to kill him.
Excuse me.
This freaked me out. Like I said, I'm not into numerology. I'm not big on this esoterical stuff. But this creeped me out. What do you guys think? And let me know if you guys are able to find out where that article got the name Morell from.
All right. Okay. So that was the article that we were discussing. And so that's the Riddler. And I have the article here. The fact that the woman says like they have true information. Well, ma'am, of course they need to have true information. But nowhere else in this article except at the beginning, in the metadata, they have Morell. In the title, they have Morell. In the opening sentence, they use Morell. In the very closing sentence, they use Morell. Where is it? Right down here at the very, very, very bottom. In conclusion, right there it is at the very bottom. Nowhere else. So let me look up Francie and how many times they use Francie. I don't know how to pronounce it. So they use that 16 times in this article. And of course, Erika is used a 1,000 times, I'm sure. But they use this last name thing. Erika is used 32 times in this article. They is used 16 times. And this Morell is only used 4 times. And 3 times are actually in the article itself. 1 is in the metadata. This is crazy work. Like, this is not journalism. This is why I say that Candace attracts people who are not Christian, because they use non-Christian behavior in order to justify their non-Christian behavior. Like, that's crazy work, man. It's crazy. Shout out to my brother Willie Doc up in the building. Thank you so much, man. Always supporting the channel. He says this: people take too lightly gossip and slander. Plus, Henyard and Willis are in the same city. Y'all stop the press. We do not need Henyard and Willis here in Georgia. We don't. But here we are. The Odor Mendacity fragrance now on sale. You are so ignorant, man. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, Willie Doc. Yes. Y'all, we've lost. I mean, we're in some deep weeds. I'm just telling you. Front. Okay, that's actually okay. Bless you. Bless you. Because I've been calling her name whatever. Front Vey. Wow. Is that what they're saying? Front Vey. What's the Z doing then? Why is there a Z in there? Man, you are a blessing. Thank you so much, Colleen. I don't plan on saying her name a whole lot, but what's the Z doing? That's the only thing, though. Franz Vey. Oh, you got the okay, Franz Vey. Okay. Bless you. Bless you. You know what? Because you did that, I think I'm gonna pull up that Asmongold video. Even though I did a video on it, and even though it's coming up later on this afternoon, I still want y'all to check it out. But Asmongold, he is a hoot, man. It was It was a joy. I needed that this morning. I did need that. It was a good laugh. Let me pull it in real quick. Wherever it is. I don't even know where it is. Oh, here it is. Right. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Asmongold, he is a content creator. He's more like a streamer, commentator. I mean, he's funny as all get out. But he doesn't do a lot of Candace commentary, but when he does, he is just hilarious. So anyway, he did a response to Candace talking about the Freemason Bible and all that kind of stuff like that. There is a couple spicy words in there, so this is hot off the press. So we're gonna have to take it. Y'all be gracious to me, forgive me. Don't call my pastor on me for sure. But let's bring this in because it's a hoot. Green hearts in the chat when you can hear.
Let's get it.
And the moment that Charlie was shot, I knew what happened to him was not random. Okay, he was betrayed. And the moment that Charlie was shot, I knew what happened to him was not random. Okay, he was betrayed. Charlie Kirk was the first casualty of the war in Iran. I'm certain of that. And it's deeper than that.
Whoa.
I am now of the opinion
knows.
that he was likely sacrificed. And
He was sacrificed. Sacrificed to the gods.
I want to tell you why I got there. You guys know, if you're a part of my book club, I've been doing a lot of research into Freemasonry. About a month ago, while we took a break to prepare for our Bride of Charlie series.
And I'm going to interrupt because I know Asmongold is going to say something, but this is part of it. Notice Candace, and I've said this before, Candace has a steady diet of conspiracy type content. So is it not odd that she finds conspiracies? Right? If you are doing, if you were on YouTube and you were doing research on a new diet, you would have heard about the ketogenic diet, right? So you're like, oh, I want to learn more about the ketogenic diet. And you start doing some research about ketogenic diet. Isn't it odd that now your feed is full of ketogenic diet commentaries or recipes or cookings or anything like that? Or you're looking at how to repair the leather on your purse that you got from your aunt. She bought you a really nice leather purse. And so you're trying to figure out how to fix this scuff on this leather purse that she got you. And now you're just flooded with content about fixing leather, right? That's the exact same thing with Candace. Like, she has a steady diet of this. And then she's surprised, like, oh, I see conspiracies. I have a steady diet of conspiracies. Oh, look, there's another conspiracy. It's almost like, ma'am, that's all you're doing. Like, the algorithm is feeding you what you're looking for. Or you're just looking for it because that's all you eat. That's all you've been eating. If you're eating a ketogenic diet, well, you're going to notice ketogenic things when you go to the grocery store. You'll notice those. You're going to probably be reading those labels a little bit more. Is that because the labels are new? Did they just start putting labels on food, ingredient labels on food? No, but now you're concerned about your macros, right? Or you'll notice, like, I didn't notice there was a shoe repair place down at the corner by my house. I've never noticed that. Well, why do you notice that? Because you've been trying to fix that leather purse that your aunt gave you. It's almost like Candace, you can't be this serious. You cannot be serious. Okay, I just wanted to get that off my chest. I said I wasn't going to stop, so I apologize. Back to Asmon. Let's go.
Someone sent me this. I'm showing you, this is what they sent me in the mail.
It's the
something
Holy
that
Bible?
is known as a Freemason Bible. Now, I knew that these existed because of my studying Sigmund Freud and looking into the fact that he had inherited one from his father. The backstory of this one in particular came with a handwritten letter, is that a 33rd degree Freemason out in Oklahoma died, and all of his belongings were left in a home that was eventually auctioned off. And the person who had this in his possession, his relative was the person who acquired the home. And they went in and they burned everything in it effectively.
Right.
Thinking that it was obviously just carrying bad spirits. But he, for some reason, had the sense that he should keep this item.
Bible. And then
for no particular reason.
And luckily he gave it to you now. Now you have this evil Bible.
He kept it in the back of his truck for over a decade. And when he saw me covering the history of Freemasonry.
I'll tell you right now, this wasn't in the back of a truck for over a decade. If it was, the entire front of this would be completely cooked.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that something like this would survive in the back of a truck and not have more damage to the sides and the edges of it. Like,
there's no way. But Candace will believe that. That thing came in an Amazon package. Somebody shipped that to her from Amazon. That's it. There's no way around that. And shout out to Cinema Shogun, Milk Bar, even I did on X. You can go to Amazon right now and find that exact Bible in that condition, even right there on Amazon today. With this, that exact Bible she has in her hand is on Amazon, looking just like that. No wear and tear, not faded, not waterlogged, anything like that. But she wants us to believe that. So the question is, what type of people follow Candace that would believe this?
And you instantly know that's not true. Everybody knows that's not true instantaneously.
For over a decade. And when he saw me covering the history of Freemasonry and what they believe, trying to discern what it is that they believe, he felt that this was the reason that he had kept it all those years. So he just sent it to me
he knew
to provide me further insight into what they believe and what they practice at the top of Freemasonry. This is not your granddad's Freemason lodge, okay? No, my dad was
this is
lodge.
elite Freemasonry.
No, this is not that. That is not what 33rd degree Freemasonry is.
Right.
This is like Spartan level. This is like the Spartan 6 Halo level Freemasonry. This woman is out of control. This is Dunning-Kruger on crack cocaine, y'all. If you ever wonder what does Dunning-Kruger look like, that is the face of Dunning-Kruger right there. When you look up Dunning-Kruger in the dictionary, I promise you it's going to look just like that. I object. Like, everything that she does is hearsay. Really, let's just tell the truth there for sure. Okay, let's go. Shout out to Asmongold.
So I flipped through this immediately.
Of course you did.
After we did douse it in holy water. I flipped through it. And within the very first pages, there was a pentagram with various illustrations inside of it, notes around it. I'm going to show you that now. We just took a picture for it for you to see it.
Oh my God.
There at the bottom. And in case.
Okay. This right here is a pentagram. Am I right, everybody? The upside down 5-point star. That's a pentagram, right? Right. Okay. Because in a moment, I'm like, that's not a pentagram, what she's going to show in a second. Like, what is going on? She said, douse it in holy water is crazy, right? Okay. That is a star. That is correct. Yes, you're correct. So it's a pentagram. Okay. In a moment, okay. Watch this.
You can't see what is pointing to the middle. It says
prince.
Place of sacrifice or worship.
Okay?
Place of sacrifice or worship in the middle there. So I want you to note that in this Freemason Bible, it illustrates that.
Please stop him.
A sacrifice must be made in the center of a pentagon.
And Charlie Kirk was in the center. Charlie Kirk was sacrificed by the Freemasons.
The pentagon, 5 sides, like a house. And I thought,
okay, that was my first question. 5 sides like a house. What is a 5-sided house? I could not figure that out. Unless she's talking about maybe a drawing of a house. What is the 5 sides of a house? I would like, my house has 4 sides. Like, I don't know how it has a front, back, left and right, north, south, east and west. Like, how does it have 5 sides? What is a 5-sided house? Maybe that's something new, man. Maybe that's something. Is it a kid's drawing? Okay, maybe that's it. All right, that's fair. Okay, we're going to talk about this pentagon in a second. So let's go.
How curious that Charlie was indeed seated in the center of a pentagon when he was killed. Let me demonstrate that for you. You can see that right.
Holy shit.
But that's not the pentagon that she just showed us, though. Even if you're willing to give her this looks like a baseball diamond. Even if he was sitting in the center of this baseball diamond, that's not a pentagon. That's not the pentagram or the pentagon that you were talking about. Like, right. Like, why are y'all not laughing at this woman? That's grassy. Like, why are y'all not laughing at her? Like, at what point? It's a baseball diamond. Like, why are y'all? At some point, you're gonna have to admit this woman is making fun of y'all. I don't know how much education you have, but she's making a mockery of your education. At some point, you're gonna have to say, "Yo, this is out of control." Let's let Asman finish. He's gonna make a claim here. I don't even know where he got this from, but shout out to Asman Gold.
Holy shit. Oh my fucking God.
I'm sorry about the language.
Look at this. No. You guys might not be putting it together.
We're not.
No. Look.
Show it to us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 6, 6.
How did you get there? What did you get? How did you get
oh my God.
How did you get 666, man?
There.
That's a baseball diamond. Wait. That's a baseball diamond. Watch this.
There.
That's a baseball diamond. That is not a pentagon. I mean, I guess in the sense of it being a 5-sided shape, yes, it is a pentagon. But in respects to what she said before, this is not a pentagon. This woman, come on, man. At what point are y'all gonna stop putting up with this woman making fun of y'all? He's ridiculous.
I believe that the manner of Charlie's death was also intended to cast a spell. That's the only thing I come up. I kept asking the question.
This is the only thing I can come up with.
You can see that right there. I believe that the manner of Charlie's death was also intended to cast a spell.
Of course.
That's the only thing I come up. I kept asking the question, why did they broadcast this?
Wait, okay. Everybody saw what happened to Charlie Kirk to some degree, shape, or form. But only one person on this screen has admitted that she watched it hundreds of times over and over and over and over again. So if it were a spell and they were broadcasting the spell to do some mental hooju-mooju over somebody, there's only one person on the screen right now who would qualify to be mesmerized by this spell. And it's you, Candace. You are the dingbat. You are the dingbat. I mean, this is crazy work, y'all. Shout out to Asman Gold. Somebody ask who is this? This is Asman Gold. He's a content creator. He just did a funny video mocking her. I just dropped the link in the chat. I'll make sure I put it in the description as well. I just think it was funny the way he did it. And shout out to him. Shout out to Asman.
Oh my God.
That's what I was thinking. Thank you, Diane.
It's just like,
I was thinking they have to be equilateral, right? So they can't just be 5 sides. They have to be equal. That's why a baseball diamond is not right. There we go. Thank you.
And do you remember what I said about whenever I said that she wrote herself into a corner?
Mm-hmm.
I will, as always, I will always become more right as time goes on.
Making us watch Charlie die was diabolical.
Wait, let me take a step back. She's not saying diabolical in like the TikTok way. She's saying diabolical in the biblical way. So these are literal demons that wanted everybody to see Charlie Kirk's assassination for the blood cost of the human sacrifice to bring upon the spell to cast the world into chaos, to begin the war in Iran, as proclaimed by the Freemason Holy Bible. This is the kind of stuff that makes me glad that my mom isn't around. Because if she was...
Poor mom gold.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mom Gold.
You poor I know. Candace would be her favorite. To be fair, my mom's sister, my aunt, says Candace is nuts. So maybe my mom wouldn't be into this, but I don't know.
And although this priest that I'm about to show you is discussing Satanism more broadly, he's not saying this, to be clear, in the context of Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
I want you to take a listen to what he says. This is Father Ripperger. He is going to describe the nature of this sort of constant symbolism that's being used, this obsession with them almost having to reveal to us what they're doing, like wanting to get close to revealing to us what they're doing, and then gaslighting us. Take a listen.
Actually, the technical term that we tend to use for that is called the revealing of the method. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
I have.
Basically, it basically means that it can be connected to a curse. They could curse this so that it has a more, so that its distribution becomes more extensive and more people watch the thing. But a lot of times what that is that the thing about Satanists, and also even though it's occult and the fact that it's hidden, there's a side to diabolic psychology that even when they remain hidden, they still want to show themselves in some way. They're still going to reveal themselves in something. They can't help it. And it's the same thing you see. It's the same thing you see with Satanists. It's the same thing you see with Freemasons when they're involved in certain things. It's the same stuff you see across the board in these particular groups. And so they just tend to reveal stuff. But their hope is to, even in the revealing, that you don't know. There's a sadistic delight they get out of basically putting it to you without you even knowing it.
You know what's really funny about this is the fact that everything that this guy is saying, I completely agree with, and everything that Candace is saying is completely retarded. Like, basically, what he's saying is very true, and I think this is something that happens and it manifests in a lot of different ways. But like, I don't know what the fuck that has to do with Charlie Kirk being assassinated and sacrificed for the Iran war, right? So, yeah, it's a little bit different. What the hell happened to her? She used to be normal until a couple of years ago. So let me explain what happens to a lot of creators and what happens to a lot of people who are commentators. So basically is that, like, they start getting a lot of positive feedback for extremist values and extremist ideas. So that causes a self-radicalization kind of, like basically like a self-radicalization cycle, where they push more radical ideas, they gain a more radical audience. Then they push more radical ideas, they gain a more radical audience. And what happens is that people who do that fall into that trap, and they eventually write themselves into a corner, because the people that are conspiratards, and I'm not talking about the people that are like believing in Epstein. I'm talking about the people that are believing in like the Anunnaki, people that are believing in, Hitler being alive underneath Antarctica. Like, we're talking about the real retard shit. And so those people are not logical. They're not rational. And what you'll see, they believe in Yakub, right? Like, that kind of mentality is not arrived at through rationality. So you can't rein those people in order to, like, if you ever express a value that the conspiracy theory isn't true, you automatically are against them. because they are effectively a self-radicalizing cult of people
Correct.
that will always choose the more extreme, more disconnected, more radical, more delusional idea in the pursuit that basically it's like an opposite logic pursuit where anything that they do that seems crazy is in their mind more true.
Shout out to Asmon Gold, man. And I just thought this was a good video to I've done a video on it, and it's gonna be going up this afternoon, but I just wanted to talk about it since we were here. So shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much to everybody who's jumped in to the best live chat on the internet. What does Stacy say here? Jason, thank you. Thank the Lord for you. Otherwise, I think my brain would literally dissolve to escape Candace Owens' stupidity. Well, I'm glad that your brain is intact. Thank you so much for being a part of the best live chat on the internet. Thank you so much. And look, okay, Melinda over here blessing 5 folk. She said, look, 5 folk need to get a part of this community. So she blessed 5 of y'all. Y'all go ahead and make sure you say thank you. If you just got a membership from Melinda, thank you so very much. And then she also added this, best live chat ever. Thank you. God bless. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, I'm sorry. Now I'm looking, kind of getting a little bit off task over here, looking at what I'm going to be talking about later on today. Just so you know, this afternoon I will do a watch party. I know we haven't done a watch party in a long time, so I will be bringing back the watch party today, just for one time, maybe once a week, just because Candace is just talking about dumb stuff, really, and y'all are smarter than that. I don't want to do that to y'all. So, but we will do one today just for old time's sake, as Freddie Jackson said. So we will be doing a watch party today. I guess she's going live at 5 o'clock. Whenever she's going live, I'll make sure I'm ready. I might even do a warm up. Maybe we'll start off a little bit. I did start the show by looking at why we don't give in to gossip and slander and unverifiable. I don't want to say verifiable stories, because some of this stuff is just rumors. So unverifiable rumors and it's such of that nature. So I started out by looking at that and an article. All those links are down in the description. I want to say thank y'all for that, to everybody who's been tapped in and hanging out with me this afternoon. I did not plan on being long, but I just wanted to talk about that. And then now we're just kind of going off task, right? Shout out to the best live chat. Yeah. Yeah. Asmon was throwing a whole bunch of stuff out there. I'm like, wait. Yeah. Shout out to Billy Carson, man. We don't know what's going on with Billy. He is intelligent. He's funny though. I like him. So maybe I'll do some more. He doesn't do a lot on Candace, and he doesn't do a lot of commentary on things that I talk about, but shout out to Asmon. I like him. There's a couple others out there that I really find very beneficial. I like them. Let me see, because there's another one. I wonder if he's done anything on her. I don't think he has. And if he did, I'd be very surprised. And that is, no, he's not said anything about it. I was wondering if Penguin Zero had said anything about Candace, because he's hilarious as well. I like dry humor people like that. I love them. So shout out to them for sure. All right. Have you seen Candace's new merch? Daddy's Home, Shabbat Shalom, New Crew. Hey, let me talk about this. Thank you so much, Heather. Okay. Y'all know I've said a lot about Brandon Tatum, right? And I said, Brandon Tatum is not calling out Candace. I need y'all to, and people are coming at me. Yes, he does. He calls out Candace. Okay. Remember this. Brandon Tatum fulfills Candace Owens merch. His company, forgot the name of it off the top of my head. His company produces her merchandise. So those cups, those hats, those shirts. So when she has a merch saying Daddy's Home, Shabbat Shalom, making fun of Charlie Kirk and Erika and the children, Brandon Tatum is the one that's producing that. So for him to say, oh, I stand by Erika and you're saying bad things about Erika, you're demonic, sir, you're literally putting out her merchandise. I don't know where to go with that. So yeah, but Candace is, in my opinion, she's rage baiting. She wants people to rage against her because she thinks that she can withstand the rage, and the people raging against her gives her more veracity. Like, oh, I must be right because people are raging against me. And really, at the end of the day, when the smoke clears, And I've said this before, Candace Owens, you just have to submit Candace Owens to God. God is going to deal with Candace. I'm going to make fun of Cantifa, though, and mock them till the cows come home. Because I want them to be shaken out of their stupor of following after this woman into hell. But God is going to deal with Candace. So literally, I have no expectation that anything I say or do is going to change Candace's viewpoint at all. Now, Cantifa, I'm going to be on your bumper. I'm going to mess with you. And there's some other people that are probably going to catch some strays real soon from me as well. But Candace, the Lord is going to deal with Candace. I don't want to sound fatalistic. I'm definitely not nihilist, but there's nothing. What can we do? So we just keep making fun of her. But my point is, Cantifa, we're gonna just keep mocking them until morale improves. We're just gonna keep mocking you until morale gets better. And that's the best. I think that's really the best plan of action. We're not gonna get out here and argue with you. We're not gonna get out here and get up in a tizzy. I'm not gonna be chasing after Freemasons and whether or not Egyptian planes, which by the way, she never gave y'all that plane data. Following her logic, she has lied. So Cantifa, why is it that she lied to y'all? Because she said she was gonna put that data out almost 3 months ago. Nothing has been produced. So why has she not produced that Egyptian plane data? Or the 920 email explaining about the 920 North King Street? Why has that email never been made available? Or why has she never shown y'all evidence that she's communicated with the FBI and Secret Service and Homeland Security about that alleged assassination attempt on her life? Isn't that a lie? Following her logic, that is a lie. And therefore, I don't like little lies. Remember that? That's her. But y'all let her go. Okay. Y'all do that. We're not doing that. We're going to keep riding her bumper. We're going to keep making fun of her in the Egyptian planes. We're going to keep making fun of her about the 920 building. We're going to keep saying, where's the evidence that you ever reached out to anybody about this alleged assassination attempt on your life? We'll wait. I don't know. What's up, biblical world? Y'all know if anything is going to help Cantifa. Seems to me that people like that dig their heels in. That's fine. And then we'll just make fun of it. That's fine. Mockery will continue until morale improves. We're just going to keep making fun of them. We're under no obligation. I don't think we're under any requirement to treat people like Cantifa with any level of seriousness. We treat them like the same people that believe in Barney. We laugh at you. Like wait, you really believe in Barney? You gotta catch this laugh. We gotta laugh at you. And that's the only way around it. That's the only thing we're gonna do. I don't think we should get into the arguing with them. We just mock you. We just make fun of you. And until further notice. There's no other reason, no other way around it. All right, what do we got here? What we got? Let's see. Did I miss somebody here? All right. Oh, okay. That's a great. So our Cummings said, how is that attacking the kids? If you go back and listen to what she said initially, Shabbat Shalom, daddy's home. Who's the daddy that we're talking about? Who would say daddy's home? His children. Why would you even say that? Why would you even do that at all? Again, okay. No, shout out to the best live chat in the internet. I appreciate you. What did you say? This to quote a friend, scam this is lying liar who lies. There we go. So who's saying Daddy Trump? All right, let me see. Absolutely. I mean, like, there's no way I need you to square this peg for me. Like, explain to me how whatever that t-shirt, Shabbat Shalom, Daddy's home, is anything but a mockery of Charlie Kirk. I'll wait. Please tell me how that's anything but a mockery. Okay, we got here. Awareness is important. Pushing back to reduce her influence where possible is helpful. It's not as if this is a difference of opinion matter. Right. Okay, there we go. Candace is blatantly lying, manipulating, and defaming. No question about it. And I keep saying, like, these people that are following after Candace and keep following along with her slander and her defaming, they might want to be careful, because I don't know why Candace is getting away with this kind of stuff, but I mean, it's wild work. But I don't think other people have that same plot armor, in my opinion. I like this right here. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, shout out to you, PMD. People need to be careful. There's a rise in AI created fake articles. There's a Reddit subs that specialize in it. It's a real thing in 2026. Right. So for this young lady to be spotlighting a article that you can't verify, I mean, just verify the data. Like, whatever happened to research where you're like, okay, I need 2 or 3 sources before I present this? Like, whatever happened to that? Like, I need to verify this before I just put it out there, because this woman just literally put out an article that has you're not able to verify it at all. But it says something that you want to believe, and then therefore you run with it. She jumps to every conspiracy because that's what she's looking for. Yeah, I mean, you can't tell me that that's not mocking Erika, Charlie, and the kids. Just tell me otherwise. Yeah, this is it. God is about to humble her, and it will not be pretty. And it's not going to be something that we can take credit for. But Jason, she's Charlie's best friend. She just saw Charlie as a means to an end. There was never a true friendship from her. I prove her wrong. Prove Tony wrong. I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. Yeah. All right, let's keep this rocking. I appreciate y'all. All right. Yeah, I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, everybody who jumped into the best live chat. Wait, what did I miss? What did I miss? Hold on, did I miss something? She's mocking Erika. Like, just think about that sentence that you're saying, are coming. Mocking Erika for what? Like, the fact that you all have allowed yourselves to be given over to the idea that mocking, attacking, calling out Erika Kirk makes sense should be a reason for you to pause and say, what's wrong with my heart inwardly that I've allowed this to take root? I think you should really do that. You should take a little moment and do some soul searching about that. Because the fact that you allow this to go on should tell you something. Like, what is it about me that I've allowed Candace to make me hate a woman that lost her husband and now is a single mom, that now I feel okay and justified in making fun of her? Like, just ask yourself. Like, and maybe you'll come to this great revelation that God is A-okay with your behavior. Okay, and it is what it is, if that's what you believe. Okay. I just wonder how you come to that, though. I'm talking to you, though. Are coming. Oh, I think she's already turned on Charlie. And let me tell you how she's turned on Charlie. She has painted a picture of Charlie Kirk, that the Charlie Kirk that you see on stage, the Charlie Kirk that you see at campus events, is different from the Charlie Kirk that was off stage and not at campus events. She's giving you the tale of two Charlies. So she's already, in a way, seeding an idea that Charlie is phony, he's fake, He's weak. He's manipulated. He's not very smart. He's sleeping with the enemy. She's presenting this argument to him. That's where she's going with this. She's already been seeding this from the beginning. All right, lots of good commentary, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I am going to, let me see if make sure I didn't miss anything, and make sure I didn't miss anything. Thank y'all so much, everybody. I will be jumping back in. I'm gonna go pick up. I'm gonna go pick up Chief Executive Second Born from school, and then we'll do the watch party this afternoon. I'll probably start like 4:30. Is that fair? We'll probably start around 4:30. And we'll go from there. We'll watch the show, make fun of it. The mockery will continue. Absolutely. Yeah, lots of good commentary. It looks like I do appreciate y'all, everybody who's jumped in. Thank you again. I'm just reading through what we got here. Okay. Lots of good commentary. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So let's do this. Let's end this. I will see y'all this afternoon. Like I said, about 4:30-ish. I think yesterday's show, did she start at 5:30? So maybe we'll start at 4:30-ish, 5 o'clock-ish. As soon as I get back from picking up my big girl from school, I'll nail down exact time, and then we'll plan, and then maybe we'll just have some fun. We'll make some fun of it, have a good time. Please don't bring any sensitivity. Please don't come sensitive, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be making a lot of fun of Candace. I'm going to probably be that way. So don't come don't be in your feelings, because I'm going to make fun of Candace. I might make fun of myself, but just, come ready to have a good laugh. We're going to be doing that again. A pentagon is not a pentagram. Sorry. Right. And that's what I was wondering. I was like, and they're not equilateral. So I don't understand where she's getting that from. So y'all, let's do this again real soon. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being the best part of the best live chat. If you haven't already, hit the like button, all that kind of good jazz. And help your boy out by subscribing if I've earned it. If I didn't, you let me know what I need to do. jwitt@jwitt.com. I'll make sure we do our best. We're going to do our best over here. So yeah, that'll be like 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. Oh, she's been at 5:30 every day this week. Okay, got you. So let's shoot for 5, because I'll probably take Chief Executive Second Born driving a little bit today. Thank you, Mike. Wow, man. Thank you so much. I missed it, but just wanted to show support. Keep following God's call, Jason. We love you and appreciate you. Thank you so much for the 20, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Very kind of you, friend. So let's say 5 o'clock, because I know Executive is going to want to drive. So I'll make her go drive and get some bubble tea or something. We'll figure that out. So I'll see y'all at 5 o'clock, everybody. Thank you again. See you real soon. Grace and peace. Take care. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the J-Wit Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment, because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.